Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Aitken, and each week on this show we try to identify a single characteristic of a race that we might look back on later as having held the key to finding the winner. On Sunday at Sha Tin, the first race we're going to look at is race 6, and our winning factor here, the draw. Now I think three runners stand out here as the strongest chances. There's Zac Purton's mount, Romantic Chef, up the top, is sure to have plenty of fans. Chaparral Star, who's racing well, and the horse which ran third to Romantic Chef last start, My Winner. But I want to focus mainly on My Winner and the circumstances that have changed in this race that could bring him and Romantic Chef much closer together at the finish, possibly even turn the tables. Now, My Winner has not exactly been the luckiest horse at the draw in his recent career, and as we look down some of his recent starts, you can see he's been in double figure draws quite often going back to May. More recently, they've all been double figure draws, and those draws have had consequences. Now, 3 starts ago, Ricky Yu put blinkers on My Winner for the first time, and we certainly couldn't blame the barrier draw for the problems that were created in this race. Now, horses carrying blinkers for the first time will often be a bit slowly away, and My Winner really overdid it, blowing the start completely, and he had to settle at the rear. Now, there was good pace on that allowed him to track up and close off well at the end of the 1400 metres here, taking several lengths off Fortunate Runner, the winner, and Follow Me, a strong horse who has won since, and we'll see later in the day on Sunday in a better class race. In race 148, this time the draw was very important. Stepping up to a mile for the first time here, My Winner couldn't get across closer than 3 wide from his gate, and because he had to sit without cover, have a look at him, he also didn't relax perfectly in the blinkers. We see him around about the middle stages of the race, pulling hard against his rider and wanting to go faster. So the combination of over-racing and covering extra ground sapped his energy, and he wasn't able to sustain his finish in the straight after looming up. And now we come to his most recent start, race 202. And on this occasion, all the place getters, in fact, came from the outside 3 barriers. So you're wondering, how was it a disadvantage? Well, it was a disadvantage here because his rider rode him along early. He and Romantic Chef tried to cross the field successfully to get forward in a race that was slowly run. But look how they responded. Romantic Chef settles nicely for Zac Purton, relaxes in front, and he's full of kick at the finish, whereas My Winner over races. You can see him fighting the rider for the first half of the race here, pulling hard against him and using energy that he really needed at the end of the race. When we get to the final stages, Romantic Chef still going strong, My Winner looms and dies on his run. Now, as you can see, Romantic Chef had more to give there at the finish, so under normal circumstances you might have thought that even with a 7-pound weight swing, My Winner would be hard-pressed to turn the tables this time. But in his favour on this occasion on Sunday is an inside draw. He's finally got a good draw here, My Winner. And when we look at our map, we've got Romantic Chef still out wide. He's probably going to press forward and look to lead again, but he might get a little bit of opposition from Dylan Moe on Super Fun in gate 1, and even Daring Heart pressed forward last start, although that isn't his normal pattern. Meanwhile, Joe Moreira on My Winner from gate 2 will be looking to slide out into the race without having to bustle the horse, without making him over race, and that should enable My Winner to relax enough, conserve his energy and keep something for the finish this time. So the tip in race 6, My Winner. His winning factor, the draw. I think he'll get a much more relaxed run this time. He gets the 7-pound weight turnaround, and although Romantic Chef shows some promise, I think they'll be a lot closer together, and maybe My Winner will be able to turn the tables. He'll be much more competitive this time. The second race we're going to look at is race 10 on the card, and here the winning factor, the pace. Now, this is a pretty useful type of class 3 field when we look down them, some informed horses. Amongst them, Casper Found's last start, Happy Valley winner, Green Luck. New Elegance, who's racing well for Frankie Law. A lightly weighted Sunny Power. And the 2 horses I think look the strongest chances in the race, Unicron Jewellery from the John Size stable and the likely favourite, Pakistan Friend. Now, Unicorn Jewellery's second run back this season was an improvement at Happy Valley when he ran 4th over 1800 metres. That was an indication he's coming back into form. But I think he's going to have to give a start to Pakistan Friend here. And Pakistan Friend has a good case as to why he was unlucky last start when beaten as a favourite. Now, Pakistan Friend's trainer Tony Cruz is going great guns this season. He's at the top of the trainers' table. On Sunday, he added a Hong Kong vase to his resume to complete the international set. Things are going well. And they're going well for stable followers too, with a strike rate of about 12.5% for all runners, but a stunning 48% for Cruz favourites, which are also showing a whopping 190% return on your money if you've been backing them all. And I think Pakistan Friend will go out favourite again here. I think his fans will rally to him given the circumstances of his last run. And we're going to show you that run now. So that was race 207. Pakistan Friend these days is racing comfortably up on the speed, but things conspired against him for that speed to be way too fast on this occasion. Now, it was late in the day on a day when I think a lot of people had decided you needed to lead to win. So we had in the early stages Pakistan Friend, Cheerful Boy and Arcada vying for the lead at a strong pace, but worse than that, we had a riderless horse, Go Beauty Go, who was charging up the inside rail and getting into the conflict for the front himself. And I think Chad Schofield, who rode Pakistan Friend on this occasion, wasn't aware that it was a riderless horse, and he pressed his horse even faster to maintain the lead. When he did realise that the horse inside him didn't have a jockey and therefore didn't count, he was able to ease back a little bit, but the damage was probably done at that stage. While that's happening, Amazing Satchmo is back in midfield. He emerges in the straight with a strong run. He hasn't spent that early energy. And as Pakistan Friend tires near the line, Amazing Satchmo gets over the top of him to win by a neck. Well, that was only a neck margin at the finish, but Pakistan Friend would have been able to run along even faster than average in the lead without that riderless horse upping the ante, and he still would have got away with the race. If we look at the map for Sunday's race, we have the same three suspects as possible leaders. Once again, Pakistan Friend, Cheerful Boy and Arcada. Now, unless people have once again convinced themselves that you need to lead to win by this stage, I wouldn't even be surprised if Cheerful Boy was let go by the other pair and allowed to just go along in front on his own. He has a long pattern of leading. The other two, I think it was more about the day's conditions. So that would take the heat right out of the speed. So in race 10, our tip is Pakistan Friend. His winning factor, the pace. I think absent the consideration of the riderless horse and of others going too fast for reasons of track bias, I think this will be just an average run race, and that should enable Pakistan Friend to assert his superiority over a handy field. Well, that's it from the winning factor this week. Good luck on Sunday. We'll see you next time.